Alright. Sounds fine. Right then, let's get started. So I'll just go ahead and start up the recording as well, then we can get going. There we go. So hello everyone and welcome to Slithering Group Twitch channel. I'm Paradogs Gamer. Thank you for joining me here for the Auto Battle Sandstorm. This is not at the beginning of the campaign, obviously. This is a few scenarios in. This is pretty much where I left off in my Let's Play. And so I'm going to continue this campaign from this Slithering Group Twitch channel. So if you're watching this later on YouTube, this is being live broadcasted on Twitch, and then I'm uploading it to YouTube obviously afterwards. So if you want to be part of it, you can check out the schedule on Slithering Twitch channel and see when I'm online or not. Hello Redster, welcome. And also another way to make sure you catch the streams is to follow me on Twitter. That way you will get a tweet when things start happening. Or you can follow the Slithering Twitter as well. I think they will get a shout out too. Hello Turfless. Alright, let's see. So this scenario is Buck Buck, or Book Book, whatever you want to call it, in May 1942. Following the victory over the British offensive in Libya, the Africa Corps aims to continue its string of success into Egypt. Let's see what that is all about. If you have any questions, feel free to ask on the in the chat, and I'll try and answer it the best I can. Will there be anyone from Slithering today to help with the store? Yeah, I think so. Maybe they will pop in and out. I don't know what exactly you mean by the store, but if they pop in, they will definitely let you know. Anyway, let's start the briefing here. Hey Lanster. Right, so with the arrival of fresh supplies and reinforcements, all preparations to resume our offensive have been completed. After the recovery of Axis territory in Libya, the war has now crossed the border into Egypt. Let me just check if the... Yeah, so far the camera is good. Alright. To assure a rapid advance, our main force will push east along the coastal road. This will lead us to the town of Bir el Sarana, the ultimate objective of the operation. A second column can be formed to advance simultaneously along the desert sands on the other side of the escarpment. If the strategy is applied, the two columns will be unable to assist each other until both have reached the escarpment end. And as we advance deeper into Egypt, British resistance can be expected to increase significantly. Alright, has anyone ever confused Slithering with Harry Potter Slithering? Maybe. I'm not that familiar with Harry Potter, I must admit. Anyway, so here the primary objective is to take control of the coastal road, and that includes Buck Buck, Sidi Barani, and Bir el Sarana. And they are actually occupied by different forces right now. This is South Africans. I can't see if it's New Zealanders or Australians there, and then the British over there. Anyway, so secondary objectives: take control of inland roads. So we got Sofafi here, and this will give one specialization point for Germany and one specialization point for Italy. So not a lot, but it's fine. Mishaifa. And then Bir Hashim at the very edge there. Also, Italian army inflicts damage in 5 turns, so that's army. That means no damage done by the air force. So the army has to inflict 50 damage in 5 turns. What did you get from that? If the Italian army can prove its value by rapidly inflicting severe damage upon the enemy's defenses, one of its officers will be promoted to commander. Nothing better than an Italian commander, eh? Alright, let's just check out what's going on in this Anzac. Every little bit helps. Alright, hello everybody. Seems to be a nice little crowd here tonight. Everybody welcome. And we are about to get our forces together. So what we can see from the map here is the escarpment is this yellow thingy running over here. So we have to get to Bir Enba before the forces can join up again. And so we need some kind of mobile force in the desert. And the good thing here is that our air force can support both sides easily. So we just need to keep them somewhat central. But our airfield is quite far away. It's all the way up here in the corner until we take the Buk airfield. That will help a lot. So let's get the forces on the ground. Now I only have 633 points for Germany. And what I want to be spending my points on primarily is to upgrade Rommel. Rommel is still in a Panzer III-J, and that's not the best tank around. We got an 4F2 right here. That's 146 points to upgrade Rommel to that one. But I'm going to go ahead and do it. Well, let's just put him somewhere around here. And that means we are down to 487. And I think it also means we still will not be able to upgrade our Panzer 38Ts. Which scenario are you playing? Hello Paul, it's a Buk. I'm not sure exactly what number scenario that is, 5 or something like that. Anyway, let's put the 38Ts down here into the desert. And then the real tanks, the Panzer IVs, up here we have a 4-1. Or F1, sorry, and a Panzer IV-E. The 4E is very good against infantry. The other two are primarily against effective against armor. All right, so let's see. We have all the Italian infantry, which can also be upgraded to 42 at this point. So I'm going to go ahead and do that and put them up here. And I'm gonna need to buy some more of that. So I got 4 up here. All upgraded. And then I'm gonna need 3 or 4 down here as well. So we're gonna put one there, and then we're gonna go in and buy some more. One there. I'm just going with the regular Italian infantry, because it's really cheap, and that means it's also cheap to upgrade and replenish once it's been hit. I probably need one more. I don't know, we'll see in a bit. I'll just need some artillery too. We got the mobile artillery and we got the regular artillery. And then we have the AA gun. We can also put that out here in the desert. I think that's pretty much it for this area down here. And then we gotta add some stuff up here. We have the engineers. They can come up there. And then we have the Bautruppe. Put them here. And then the artillery pieces, which will just fill up the rest of the space. Like that. And then we got all the Air Force units. Let's see. We got the Stork. The Stork can go there. And then we have one Messerschmitt, which is an F model. That can actually be upgraded to a G model for 59 points. So we're going to go ahead and do that. Let's see. Hi Paradogs, time for a nice easy march across the desert. Absolutely. That's what I do best. March easily Yeah, I don't expect too heavy opponents here. Let's see, we got the Focke-Wulfs down to 7, so we'll get them up to 10. Like that. Oh, no, just that. And I think we're gonna buy another Messerschmitt, because if we add up the 6 points for the Stukas, we'd still be having 4 points to spare. So we can actually buy another Messerschmitt G model for 100 points. We could also go for another Stuka, but I really prefer to have air dominance. And in this particular campaign here, I think the AI's got a lot more fighters around than they used to, so I'm gonna go with another Messerschmitt here. I'm gonna put that there. So that's 4 German fighters right there. And then we have the Stukas, which we'll put back here. Like that. Then we have another recon plane. And we have the Italian fighter, which we'll put down here. And then we have the 2 Bredas. One will go there, the other one we're going to have to put up here. And that leaves 1 air command point for both the Italians and the Germans. The first scenario was pretty tricky. I'd like to get this DLC. It looks very interesting. We might go ahead and host a giveaway, maybe, if there is a demand for that. I can talk to Slytherin about it. Let's see. So I still have 18 land command points for the Germans, but no points to spend. And then 11 command points for the Italians, also with no points to spend. Oh, actually I got points to spend. Let's get another infantry down here. So let's purchase 1 more infantry Italian and deploy him down here. It's good to have some reserves in case we need it. Right, that's it. We're ready to go. Let me just check the chat here. I'm sure there will be some demand. Yeah, there's always demands for free stuff, I guess. I'll ask the Slytherin guys if they can do that. I expect you mean the Sandstorm DLC and not other kinds of DLCs. Anyway, let's see what we got here. We got a British truck with nothing in it. We got a Chevrolet. There's a Humber Mach 2, and we can see a 2-pounder. So we're gonna go ahead and get our airplanes out here. This is the EMAM, Italian recon plane. Let's bring it down here towards Gabra Ali Abu. And we can see another couple of British trucks. Apparently they're not carrying anything, so it's just 3 points right there, ready to be taken. Let's take the stalk out to around here and bring it up to there. So we see a 6-pounder. That's a very, very nasty gun. Some British infantry, more British infantry, and some South Africans. Also some heavy infantry in the back. Alrighty, let's get this show on the road. The Chevrolet is usually pretty difficult to kill with infantry because they can escape the attacks pretty well. So what we could do is bombard it first. But I'd rather bombard the truck because that gives 2 points. So maybe we should spend the where is the Italian bomber here? The Breda. Let's use that first, just to get 1 or 2 points off of the Chevrolet. And then get this infantry to attack first. I picked up the wrong one. I picked up the Stuka. Okay, so we might as well just attack with the Stuka. And then we can finish it off with the Italian infantry. Oh, there's a lot of chat going on here. Let me just see what we got. Sandstorm looks very nice indeed. Yes, it does. I think it's one of the best so far. Haven't been playing through it yet. Have not played this DLC. Are the Italian infantry complete? May in this game, as they tend to be in all World War II games. I think they're quite useful actually, because they're so really cheap. That's what I use them for. As you can see in my force, I have some heavy German armor, and then I have some cheap Italian infantry. And together these two will function very well, I think. But it depends on how you play, of course. Let's see if there's anything else here. Some soft targets for the Italians. I got some Bersaglieri and they were pretty decent. Same as the tanks from mob-up operations. Yeah, that's true. We just spend more points on them. So using Italian units makes sense. Absolutely, I think so, yeah. Can you capture the trucks? No, I don't think you can. Hello, Schnee Hartmann. Schnee Hartmann. Welcome to the chat. You actually have to use the Italians, and they can do fairly well with some support from the Germans. And with the artillery support. Very important. Sandstorm could be great, but RP is way too tight to really enjoy it and have some fun. Just play on lower levels then. You'll get more points. To get the 50 damage secondary objective. Okay, let's just get moving here. Just keep chatting. I'll check it once in a while. Right. So as I said, the Italian artillery down here will take a shot on the truck. We also have this very nice Simoventi mobile artillery. Really love that one. You can move up and take another shot. And then we'll take the Italian unit that is furthest away, bring it up and take a shot. The truck will be sent back 1 hex, and then we can use the other infantry to move up and eliminate the truck. And that takes us to 11 points right off the bat. Then we have the Czech tanks. One of them can actually reach the next truck. Yeah, actually both can. Let's try this one first because it's further away. If they retreat, they don't. So we can get another shot with the other 38T. That will retreat it. And we'll just follow up because we can't really go anywhere with anybody, so we'll just follow up with that. Remember, we still have 1 Stuka left. Can it reach anything at all? No, it can't. Not up here. So we might as well just take the shot and eliminate that truck. Let's do that. Boom. Truck goes away. And then we have the RE2000, which is a fighter. It can actually reach this Humber. So let's do that. Might get 1 point off? No. And that leaves the remaining infantry unit, which we will move up to, I guess... Just move it all the way up here. And then I have the Cannoni. Bring it just on the road. That brings us to the top, where we have the Humber. There's also a 2-pounder right there that is ripe for the taking. So we might as well march these guys up, take a shot, and if they stay, which they did, we can do that also with the other one. And that's 8 points right there. So that takes us to 19. Now this Humber can be a pain in the behind if we don't do something about it, so I guess we'll move these guys down here. And what about the artillery? Yeah, let's fire with the artillery first. And then bring the infantry down. Push it out of the way. There we go. Right. Then up here, we'll just bring these guys forward to... Where do we bring them to? Here? Yep. And then we got a C. Where is the E model? That's the E model. I think I want that. There is an AT gun behind this, I know that, so I'm not gonna bring that up. But anyway, we'll bring the engineers up here. Rommel, no, we'll take the other general over here. And then get Rommel into the middle. And then the Panzer IV down this way. And then we can still fire with this one. Let's just take a crack at the South Africans here. Bring the bow trooper up. And we have the fighters, but nothing to fire at except for various guns, like this one. We might as well take some shots at that. Like that. Takes it down to 6. And what else do I have? The other one, yeah, that's the Italian fighter. The Breda goes out here. No, that's a bomber, obviously. Right, that's the end of the turn. Let me just check the chat here again. I've completed several of the campaigns on the 5th difficulty, all except Winter War on the 4th difficulty. Skill is not the problem. It is just not fun for penny pinching always. Almost never afford any elite reinforce, having fighters never at full strength, etc. It's just not satisfying to not be able to afford anything. But that's kind of... I don't know. I don't quite agree with that, because I think that's the whole purpose. If you can just get everything up to elite and get all the best units all the time, then what's the point in reserving points, basically? But yeah, you got a point, if that's what you feel. Fire in place on level 3. The AI doesn't deliver stiffer resistance on higher levels. It's just a question of scarcer resources. Yeah, that's why I said if you really feel this resources are too tight, just go down a level, and maybe you'll find it more fun to play it. Winter War is the favorite DLC. Everybody likes that. I like how the front lines are clearer to see here than it was in the original Pacific maps. Hated the color use on the Pacific maps. That was Terje. Do you get to move all units every turn? Yeah, of course. Of course you do. Anyway, let's go for the AI turn. And I'm a little bit excited to see how the stream reacts to that, because usually the game is not optimized for graphics. But let's see if it's not too bad. So far so good. The artillery is firing. The trucks are heading back. Yeah, I can see the screen stop there. We got more heavy infantry moving up. And a British tank arriving. Also a carrier has arrived. That's all that's going on so far. AT gun moves back, and also the scout car moves out of the way. That's a wise choice. And I think you can see the screen now again. Okay, that's all that happened. So, turn 2. We can now see there's an enemy plane of some sort here. Let's figure that out right away. We got the Stork right here. Let's just bring it over there. And that is a Hurricane Mark II. That is a priority for my fighters, obviously. Well, let's start down here in the desert. So the truck went back here, and there seems to be nobody in Gabra Ali Abu, so we can just go right through there. Let's take this tank right through. Yeah. Nothing to see. We might be able to reach the truck. Yes. With the other taking off 3 points. And then we just gotta bring the Italian infantry up. They are all trucked. so they can get quite far. Also the Simo Vente, the Cannoni, and the Obici. Bring it all up there. I'll just leave the Air Force for now. Let's see what we got up here. Actually, we can take the Imam and bring it down here just to see what we got. Another artillery piece, some engineers, and some British infantry. These are pretty good actually. 2 stars, 42. I guess all the British infantry is like that. Well, not everyone's at 2 stars, but they are upgraded to 42. Alright. Let's see, I got 23 points in the first turn, but it's gonna be harder now to get more points. Let's just get back on the ground. We got some infantry right there. British infantry 1 star. I can reach that with the Italian artillery there, but only with one of them. Then I got the E model to come down and take a bite out of them. Bring them down to 6. And that's when the Italian infantry will move up and take a shot. 2 points off. And we'll bring the other guys down here as well for 3 points. Not quite enough to take them out. We can maybe use one of the planes to do that. So let's focus up on the other side. We are going to take out the 2-pounder for another 2 points. And that takes us to 31. And then up here we have some British infantry. Actually the South Africans. We can reach that with some of the artillery. So let's start pounding it. And we only have 1 infantry unit. But that will actually do the job pretty well. I might want to go over here. Yeah, let's take the engineers. Because I would like to come up here and then take a shot on the AT gun. Because otherwise it's going to take a big bite out of my panzers. And we don't want that. There's another AT gun up there though. Okay, so this is probably not a good place to be for my tanks. Now we can put this one in defensive mode, just because there's a Crusader right there, and I don't want that to come through. So we're gonna put the F1 there, and then we're gonna take a Rommel and penetrate through to here and take a shot at these guys here. That way we still have a pretty nice line with just a single hole down here, and that's where we put the Bautruppe. And then we'll bring the artillery up to speed. There we go. And then the airplanes. So the Hurricane here is going to take the brunt of my wrath. Let's see, we have here a Focke-Wulf. Use that first. Messerschmitt. Another Focke-Wulf. And then I wonder if the Italian fighter, where is it? Is it over here? No? Where's the Italian? There it is. Can it reach? Yes. Okay. Just take it out with the Italian fighter. Down it goes. That still leaves us with the other Messerschmitt, 4 stars, or 3.5 to be exact. There's a bomber over here, but it's protected by an AA gun. I'm pretty sure about that. No, actually I'm not sure about that. Let's find out. No AA gun around, so let's just pound this Bristol Blenheim. 3 points. Alright. Then we have the bombers. The Stukas are all the way down here. I need them up on the other side, that's obvious. But they can't reach this turn. The other choice is... no, I think I need them up there, so there's nothing else to do than just take them up. The Breda. We can use the Breda down here, I guess. And there's another Breda here, which could take a shot at this 2-pounder. Let's do that. 1 AA gun there to defend, but it's only at 5 strength. And that's the end of my turn so far. Let's check the chat again. Something about Panzer Corps. I didn't quite get it. So Paradox, which difficulty level are you playing on? I'm always on 3, and there's no hiding that. I do it because the game is balanced for level 3, and this is where you get, I believe, the most fun out of it. Of course, it's a challenge to go for higher levels, but it's you know, the way you want to play it, and I want to play it this way. Can you reinforce units during the scenario? Yes, yes you can. You can reinforce them in different ways. If you are stationary and don't move at all, and you're not next to enemy units, you can actually you can almost replenish back to full, depending on how weak you are. If you're next to enemy units, you can only get so and so much, and if you have already moved, you can also only get a little bit. Let's see. Elite Reinforce bumps so much RP. Yeah, you gotta be careful with Elite Reinforce. For example, the Italian units, you don't really need to do it on them, even though it's cheaper. But you want to keep your armor, the core of your armor, you want to keep that up to Elite Force. This game to me looks like an updated version of the old Panzer General game. Yeah. It's in the same alley. Let's see what else we got. Panzer Corps is the updated version of Panzer General. And Panzer Corps 2 is supposed to be released this year. Yeah, I'm really looking forward to Panzer Corps 2. As soon as that hits the shelves, I will definitely be playing that. Right, let's just let's take the enemy turn. There we go. Oh, yeah, there we go. Wrong button. So, I'm gonna talk you through it. Enemy artillery fires, you can see that, no effect. The AT gun actually fires directly at my infantry units. Probably to try and weaken it for an armor attack later on. We'll see about that. The Bristol Blenheim returns to base. It's had enough already. And it almost looks like a counterattack from the British. They are bringing up forces. And I think you can watch now as well. More infantry moving up. There's another Crusader there. That probably hit my Italian infantry. Yeah, we see it there. It's probably going to hit the engineers. That did hurt a little bit. But I got a Panzer right next to. AT gun actually moves forward. And that's where the British Crusader tank attacks. And there's another fighter bomber incoming here. And a fighter too. And that's gonna hit my Focke-Wulf. He's going to return to base pretty soon, I guess. But we are at 42 out of 50. So it looks like we're going to hit that secondary objective already here in turn 3. Let's start with the fighters then. So the Hurricane is already down to 7. So we'll hit it with some fresh fighters here. 3 points off. Another 2 points off, and then we'll finish it off with the Italian, as we usually do. Down it goes. Focke-Wulf will hit for the bow fighter. And that reveals a Matilda down here. And I'm not sure if the Messerschmitt will be a good idea. Yes, actually, that's pretty good against the bow fighter. Let's take a shot at that. Let's take the Stork up here and see what we got. Another Valentine. Some more stuff. Alright. Let's start down here in the desert. So, we have some engineers and some British infantry. I cannot reach any of them with my Italian infantry. So, what about the artillery? We can get it all the way over here. Let's start working on the engineers. Push them out of the way. And just bring the infantry up. And the artillery and the cannon. Let's bring it there. We have a Breda, which we can use on that artillery piece. Let's do that. Just to reduce it from 5 to 4 strength. Up here we have the Stukas ready. This Crusader is not protected. Obviously this one is not either. So let's take a shot first at this Crusader. And then at the other one. And then the Breda. The Breda will take a shot at this 6-pounder. So that's all the Air Force. And all these guys down here. So that leaves us just up here. We need 7 points. Which I think we might be able to scratch off in this turn. Maybe. This one will take out the 6-pounder. No, only 2 points off. And it's safe. Okay. I think what we'll do... what will we do? I think what we'll do is just simply finish it off so it doesn't come back. Okay, let's fire some artillery on this Crusader. And on the other one. Then we'll take Rommel, 1 down, and take a big bite out of that Crusader. Boom! And we're just gonna stay put there. And then we're gonna... what are we gonna do? I think we're just gonna bring this one up. And we're gonna take a... yeah, we're gonna finish off this British infantry. That way they're not coming back. And we'll replenish the Italians here. Oh, did I just use a lead? Yeah, I did. There you go. Alright, up here. We gotta take a shot at the 2-pounder first. Like that. Let's finish off this 6-pounder. I keep saying finish off, but they're not really good at finishing things off, apparently. And then we can attack the Crusader with the F1. We still got these guys though. We could bring them out to here and then take a shot at the South Africans. But I think what I want to do is just plug the hole in the line. Yeah, we're gonna play it conservatively. I still need 4 points. I'm not gonna get 4 points anyway with this guy. So we're just gonna bring him up here. And then we have the bow trooper. I think that will just stay there. And that's it. That leaves just the bow trooper. And oh yeah, the imam. Let's bring it over here. Alright, just checking the chat here. If you have any specific questions for me, you can just you can type Paradogs Gamer and I will see it more clearly. Bum, 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 bum. Alright, I'm gonna go with the turn. I'm gonna talk you through it here. So the truck keeps moving away, obviously. The empty truck. And the British fighter bomber goes down to attack my Breda. That's fine by me. Artillery fires, and there's another one of those Chevrolets appearing out of the blue from the desert. And we have the Valentine coming up and the Matilda. They're charging towards me, all of them. South African infantry attacks Italian infantry. Obviously that's gonna have one outcome. And the carrier tries to break through, attacking the Bautrooper. I think you're on me now. Here comes the heavy infantry down the road, and they're gonna hit the Italian infantry as well. And hopefully they will just stay put. Yes. Okay. It should be fine. More British infantry in the south, going toe to toe with the Italians, and it's an even fight. Here comes the heavy infantry. Are they gonna take on Rommel? Yes, they are. Doing 1 damage, but taking 3 in return. That's not the best trade-off. The Churchill's coming back. Sometimes the AA does not really seem to be able to know what to do with damaged units. It should just pull them out of the way and refresh them. They can come back later. Anyway, Italian army inflicts damage in 5 turns, 50. Why did I not get that? Maybe I need to inflict 1 point myself, because I got to 50 by defending. And that's probably the case. We'll find out in a second. Alright. So, artillery down here will fire on the... Yeah, there we go. Commander enlisted, Inea Navarini. A new commander is available. Let's check him out. He is +1 attack against land, +10 shock, and assault reduction of enemy fortification level. So he is gonna go on what? Just one of the infantry, I guess. Do we have one with some stars? Let's check them out. Half a star, 1 star, 1 star. I think they just have 1 star on maximum. Yeah, okay, so let's put them on down here. This one. Right, so that was one artillery, then the other one will also fire on the British unit. Let's see, we gotta take out that Chevrolet as well. Let's take out the engineers first. And move up. Then attack these guys. And do we want to move up? Yeah, let's move up and then bring these guys over. It's still alive though. Right down there at the bottom. Then these guys will take shots at the Chevrolet. Let's see, where does it go? Goes there. I think we got it. Alright, then bring this one down here. The cannon. Alright, so what we see here is the next batch of units. There's a couple of M3 Stuarts, the 25 pounders, some British heavy infantry, and some regular infantry in the back. Let's see what else they got. Nobody in Bir Enba. We want to take out the bow fighter. I guess we can use this one for that, and then we'll return it. I'm not sure if I can get the airfield in time, so I probably need to return these guys at some point. Keep attacking that artillery. And no other enemy units in enemy airplanes in sight. So let's go over here and see what we can find. There's the airfield. It's heavily protected though. So I guess we'll start moving some of the planes back for repairs. This one is going to run out of what's the AA gun? I don't see it. It's going to run out of fuel pretty soon. So we'll take that back as well. That leaves us with a couple of fighters. Let's take the bombers first then. We got a couple of Stukas. And the enemy armor is no longer a threat except for the Valentine coming up over there. So let's start bombing some of the infantry. Got another Breda. Alright, so the fighters, they can just come back and defend my bombers. Something like that. Right, back to the ground. Let's see. Artillery. It can reach the universal carrier. I'm gonna move this one up. And we're going to fire on these guys. Right. So, let's see. These guys are pretty damaged, but I'm gonna keep them in the line. I'm just gonna replenish where I stand, because we do have some units nearby that can help out. And I'm gonna have to move forward and do the same here, except that's gonna leave me a little bit vulnerable on the flank. Well, what we'll do is we'll just move the engineers up and replenish them. That should be able to hold them back. Now down here, the Bautruppe can take a shot at that one. Finish it off. Finish off the Crusader. And this time I really mean finishing it off. And then we can choose between the Humber or the infantry. I think I'm gonna go for the infantry. That's what this tank is made for. And instead of replenishing these guys, we're just gonna move up and destroy those British infantry right there. And that looks like to be my turn. Alright. So it's 4 turns. We are doing pretty well. I do have a lot of points at this point. So I might consider upgrading the 38Ts midway through the scenario. I guess we'll take a few more turns before we'll take a look at that. So Allied turn 4. The truck keeps moving back. The artillery fires, but does no damage. It's at 3 points. The Matilda 2 is still trying to get there. That's a very slow tank, by the way. It's got the same speed as marching infantry, just to put it in perspective. The Valentine does not move forward, though. I would have expected that. Now the Humber tries to break through, you can see that. But it moves back towards its own lines again. Heavy infantry does some mortar fire with no success. And then we have the British bomber back in the air. Let's just keep an eye on that. The Bristol Blindheim. We do have a couple of fighters nearby. Let's see, this fighter is returning to base. And this one too. And then we have this one is returning to base. This one is returning to base. This one is returning to base. And that leaves the 2 Stukas and 2 fighters to go. Let's use the fighters against the Bristol. Where's the other fighter though? Yeah, it's over here. So let's take a shot with the Focke-Wulf first. And then the Messerschmitt. That takes it down to 2. And that's it for the air. No, we still have the Stukas. I do not like that Matilda. I think that's a prime target. Let's give it all my Stukas. Takes it down to 6. So these guys are now going to go back to full strength, like that. I think this artillery will just rest for this turn. This one will not, though. Priority target none. Most of the enemy targets are very heavily damaged, except for the guys in the town itself. So where can we do some decent damage? On the enemy artillery, I guess. let's do that. Then I'll take out the 2-pounder, or at least bring it back. I'm gonna come back to here. Take a shot there. These guys are gonna stay put and just take a shot. Alrighty, that leaves us with this lot right here. There's a British Infantry 42 at full strength. We don't have any artillery or anything else to break them up, so we're gonna use the tank for that. And that's very useful. Let the bow trooper take a shot at the scout car. Move the infantry up and take a shot at the... maybe these guys go first? Yeah. Panzer first. Take a shot here. Move up. Now the Matilda is almost in range. Let's just stay put here and get them back up to full strength. Down in the desert. So we got one enemy unit here at 1 strength, and then we have the Stuarts. So... and these Stuarts, they can be pretty nasty actually. Let's take out the infantry. Maybe take out the artillery piece. And just close the hole there. Bring down the infantry. Bring down the infantry. These guys move on foot so they can replenish. This one, I could take the cannon down and use it as an AT gun. But I think I'm gonna leave it there. These two will not take any shots, so I think that's the end of the turn. Enemy artillery still fires, actually does 1 damage to my engineers. Back down south, the truck disappears into oblivion. And the Bristol does a shot on one of my panzers, but it's at 2 strength, so that's really not a problem. Alright, here they come. But these are engineers. Yeah, I guess they can fire on my engineers. It's not a bad shot. That'll force them back and they can bring in the tank. No, they don't. Okay, fair enough. Matilda moves back again. Brian asked why not. I suppose you mean why do I not use the AA gun as an AT gun tank, an AT gun. That is because we do have some enemy planes incoming soon. I want to be ready for that. Simple. Alright, it's turn 6 and we are going to replenish the Focke-Wulf here. And we're gonna land some more flights. This one cannot land. My fighters are starting to run low on fuel, but they can do one last shot here. That takes care of the Bristol Blenheim. Let's see what we have down here. Cruiser Mark IV. That's the next line of defenses. Right, let's... is that always... We do have the Stukas though. Let's just find some targets for them. How about the Valentine? It is protected by the AA gun, but it's very weak and doesn't do any damage either, so I think that was the right choice. Now these guys will just replenish, and we'll hit them with some artillery up here. Bring the other artillery up. Let's bring the Panzer forward. Take a shot at these guys. And then take them out. There we go. These guys will replenish. And that takes us down here. The enemy is running away. Let's take Rommel up this way. There's a Valentine he needs to destroy. And he does so exactly. Bam. Okay, the other one will hit the British dug-in infantry up here. Actually, we'll just hit the AT gun first, just to be sure. And then take out these guys. And then we can bring these guys up to the grassy area there, and the Bautruppe will simply replenish. We've still got all this stuff down here. So, artillery is not quite in range. If we go toe-to-toe with that, yeah, that's not good. We need the artillery first. So we're gonna bring up... that is a little weak to not actually move. I'll bring this one up here, get the artillery forward. This one will rest, and then we'll move this one up here. Yeah, a little bit chicken. A little bit chicken. Alright, let's do this. Did I forget somebody? No. Let's go. Allied turn 6. The mobile artillery perhaps, though it's a bit low on readiness. Yeah, I tend to like high readiness. So I'm resting it for a turn so we can hit those Stuart tanks in the next turn. We'll just overwhelm it with 2 artillery and the 238Ts coming in. So far nothing happening in the AI turn. The Crusader moves around and comes back down, and they're attacking with 1 strength units. That's pretty dull. The heavy infantry just mortar fires, you can see that. That's all. Okay, so we're ready now. Let's take the mobile first. That takes the readiness down. That did help a lot with the odds. And as we can see, the Stuart crumbles. Which it wouldn't have done otherwise. Let's keep the tank there and just move the infantry up nice and easy. There we go. There's another Stuart right there. Okay. Air Force wise, we have the Focke-Wulf and the Italian fighter coming up. Messerschmitt Lance, Radar Lance. This one goes there. These two fighters are now ready to go home. I believe the two Stukas might be able to hold on until we get the airfield. Let's try and see if we can do that. There's not a lot of defenses left. There is the town itself, but if I can take out the Bofors first, it's gonna be a little bit easier. So we could take the Bautruppe. No, they can't reach. These guys can't reach either. Okay, so let's use these guys first. Take out the South Africans. Rommel will take out the Crusader. Then we can move the infantry in here and take out the Aegon, which in turn frees up the Stukas. Like that. Then the artillery will start bombarding. And then the Panzer. You can actually use the engineers to take out that 2-pounder first. And that's my town. Alright. So it'll be my airfield next turn for sure. Let's see what we're dealing with down here. I'll just bring back the Stork. There's nothing there. So it's just a matter of what can I reach. I can reach these guys. I can reach this one. Let's finish off the artillery piece. Again, it's not quite finished off, but okay. Almost. The Imran. Go there. And that's it for my turn. That was impressive. A proper pounding. Thanks, Byron. Yeah, it's you just gotta do it the right way to save yourself some trouble. And if you got the turns, I mean, we still got 23 turns left to get over here. That's not a big problem. Like in golf, if you got a hole, take the hole. If you got a turn, take it. Alright, enemy turn 7. Some artillery fire ineffective. And the Matilda turns around and comes back at me, and the Stuart wakes up in the bottom, down in the bottom. Protector shot at my 38T, which I don't like at all. The other Stuart turns around. Okay, that tank is gonna get a real pounding here, but it's fine. It will survive. Maybe there's some infantry arriving there. Yeah, they're okay. But it's time to get out of there. That was interesting. And you could see that actually. Imam is getting caught by some flak, and it's turn 8. Okay. Planes. Let's get these fighters down. Get the Braider up. Repair. What can this be upgraded to? G model. Let's do a G model. And then land this one. And this one. And this one. Oh, I have to choose. Yeah, we can choose this one. There we go. Still got the Stukas left, but they will land over here. So let's go on the ground. Where's the Stork? Let's see what we have up here. Nothing to worry about, I guess. It's just a question of how do we execute this. What we could do is use the engineers one last time to take them out and not move in. And then we'll simply take the Panzer up here, take out the Bofors and move up. That will give us the airfield. Come up to here. It's already been more than an hour playing time. Okay, let's move up with the Bautruppe, take out that one. Move Rommel over here, take out that one. We do have the Matilda down here. I think the Stukas, they got enough turns left to do something, so let's just take out this one and just move over there so we can hit the Matilda again from the air. We'll take out that one, replenish that one, replenish that one. That still leaves us with the Panzer IVe. It could do some damage to the Matilda this time, but it'll be quite alone out there in the desert. Let's just take it slow and move it into position here. Now the artillery will move up behind. Like that. In the south, let's just see what we got here in the chat. Perhaps you could upgrade one or both of the tanks on the southern front. Yeah, I think when I, instead of repairing this one, I should upgrade it. So let's see what we got here. It's 173 for an F2 model. I'm not gonna go with the French tanks. I think we'll take this one. That'll automatically get it up to 10 points strength as well. Now the artillery will start pounding the other Stuart. How do we do this the best way? It's a bit crowded down here. I think we'll take... Well, first we'll take this shot. Then we'll move up the Panzer. And take this shot. We'll take this shot. And we'll just move the guys up like that. Alright, that was the south. This one is going to go out of the way. So no need for it to get hurt. Perhaps get the damage to it out of the way. Yeah, that's a bit late. There we go. Turn 8 allied. My other Panzer 38T is getting hit by the infantry. Maybe also by the Stuart. Yeah. So I think we'll just upgrade. I'm down to 882 points. Maybe I cannot upgrade that. I could just leave it behind and upgrade it when I get the points for it, maybe. Let's start down here now then. Simovente will take a shot at the guys in the trenches here. Then we'll bring back the 38T. I will not do anything with it, just leave it there. Then bring up the F2 model. We could actually just take the town and then go around these guys. Take the Sufafi. Move around this way. Take out these guys. I guess I could just take them out straight up. There's no need to go around them. I can just punch them in the face. Well, at least the Stuart is surrounded in there. These guys will do nothing. This one will just lurk around this place here. Right, so let's hit that Matilda with the Stukas. That's what they're there for. Prime target for Stukas. Very slow tank, which is heavily armored on the sides, on the front, on the rear, but not on the top. So that's the way to take out a Matilda. Let's go here with the infantry and finish it off. Move up with the E model. With a little luck, I can take out the scout car, yes. Bring it further down and then bring these guys down here to get some more area covered. Next target is Sidi Abu Zaid, and the Stork will lurk around here to see what we got. Some Anzac troops, British engineers, and a 2-pounder Portée. That's supposed to be an AT gun. Let's see, how do we do this? Let's... no, that's too dangerous. Rommel will go here. Straight through. Take a shot at the 2-pounder. Then the infantry up here. And another shot at that 2-pounder. And then we'll take the F1 type this way. And take another shot. Something like that. Bautruppe goes there. Engineers will replenish this turn. And bring some more infantry up this way. Get the artillery as far up as possible. I guess we can bring one down with these guys. Just keep it behind there. Bring this one up on the road. Fighters are ready to go. Let's just keep them here near the Stukas for now. We have a Breda coming down. This Breda will upgrade. The other one, Focke-Wulf, will come up here. Messerschmitt there. And let's just take up this one as well. 9 strength points is fine. That leaves us with... These two are not going to do anything. Alright, so let's take Allied turn 9 it is. I'm going to take a sip of my drink. Two-pounder moves aimlessly about. And there's some kind of enemy aircraft here. We gotta find out what that is. That was the turn 2. So the Stork comes down here and finds a P-40 Kitty Hawk. Let's come back. And what do I have? I have a couple of fighters down here. Can they reach the Kitty Hawk? They could. But there's something else coming behind, which I don't know what is. Bring the Breda there. And the other fighters are a bit behind. But they're coming here. I think the Stukas are gonna land now. Both of them. And so the question is, what do we do with the fighters here? It's probably a bomber, though. That would be my guess. So let's use the Focke-Wulf for this. And then bring up the RE-2000. So we can see it's a bow fighter, actually. So it's a fighter bomber. It can also hurt my fighters. But I think that's fine. Let's start down here. I'd buy an AA gun. Why would you buy an AA gun? Oh, you mean for this area here? Yeah, I could do that. I guess I have the points for it. Let's leave that 38T one more turn and save up some more points. I'll take out this Stuart. There's nothing here, right? Yeah. Let's move for Beer Enba. Straight up that way. Move one down this other road. Get this guy on the road and replenish. Simovente can go there. Artillery goes there. Goes there. Up here, we're also heading for Bir Enba with these guys. And they will soon join up there. Let's get some infantry out this way. Get the artillery down to here. And then up here, City Abu Zaid has nobody in it. Let's take it with the Bautruppe. It's mine, alright. That will come up next turn. And let's get the engineers over there. Let's fire up the artillery. Well, we gotta take out that 2-pounder Prote. Now let's fire on the Anzacs. The Italian infantry is more than adequate against units that have just been bombarded. Rommel will come over here. No artillery in sight, so we can freely go there and replenish back to 10 points. This artillery piece will come up behind the units. Alright, turns are going a little bit faster here. AI turn 10. There is an artillery piece right there. And a carrier attacks my Bautrooper. They can go pretty fast on that road. The fighter bomber goes for my Stork, which is a bit odd. And so does the fighter. Okay. And that's it for the AI turn. Okay. Right, obviously the fighters. Well, let's see how far can these guys go. They can reach just barely. So get a shot on that bow fighter. Get the Stork out of the way. Take another shot at the bow fighter. Where's the Italian fighter anyway? That's here. So what can we do? Can we finish it off? Let's try and finish off the bow fighter with the Focke-Wulf. And then we can use the Italian RE2000 to take a point off of the Kitty Hawk. So the Kitty Hawk is still alive, but just barely though. The Breda is back in business. Let's take a shot here. And we can get both the Stukas up. And then we have this Breda here. Come down this way. Right, so we have this carrier right here. Why did it not attack my artillery? That's a good question. Anyway, the Bautrooper moves out of the way. Get the engineers in there. Artillery is not really effective against it. But they got nothing else to hit. These guys do. That's not a carrier, that's a steward. That's why it was so dangerous. Let's bring Rommel down and finish them off. I like to soften up enemy fighters with a mobile AA gun and then go for the kill with my fighters. I find it's cheaper in terms of RP repairing fighters that go up against full strength targets. Ah, it survived. Okay, fair enough. We can take it out with this one. Yeah, that's a fair tactic, but the AA guns have a very short radius, and if you move them about, they also have a short radius. So what usually happens is that you will chase down enemy fighters, and then they will escape anyway because you can't reach them in time. So yeah, I've done that as well, but I just find it tedious, and more often than not, you will not hit anything. Especially if you're attacking and moving quite fast. Anyway, let's come down here. Boom. These guys will take out the infantry unit there. That takes us down to Bir Enba. Now let's check out again, what do we have here? What is this? This is a universal carrier and a 2-pounder Portée. There could still be units in there. There probably is. We'll find out by going this way. Nope, nobody in there. Okay. Ah, there is somebody in there. I just can't see it with my tank. That was tricky. That's fair. That's fair enough. We can take another shot here, though. There we go. And that links up the two sides. Start firing on the enemy here. Let's see, let's bring these guys up this way, down this way. Bring them up this way. Get the Semovente up here. Take a shot. Artillery. These guys. And we got 214 points. If we are to upgrade this one, it will cost 169. That's cutting it a little bit close, I think. We could also upgrade it for 45 points. I'm not going to do that. So they're just going to stay here, actually. I think that's it for the turn, then. No, we still have airplanes that can move. That's a Fokker Wolf here. Let's move it over there. That was the last one, I think. Yep. Limited awareness. Yeah. That's what happened here. That was a good little trick from the book, from the AI. We don't see that very often. AI turn 11, not even halfway through the scenario in terms of turns. Now that enemy artillery, I really gotta do something about. They got two of those around this place. Now let's see if they can bring some kind of mobile unit over there and take out the Italian infantry. Instead we go to the south, where the 2-pounder Porte comes down and well, it tries to encircle me, but I get supplies from the south. Another aircraft has arrived in the north. Don't know what that is, but here comes the airborne diversion. Intelligence reports have revealed preparations for a British airborne attack into our rear. Now we knew that that was gonna come. So we do have some planes around. Where is the closest? Yeah, I guess these guys here. And we can just let them land. Do we want to spend any points? Well, one thing we could do is just purchase some infantry. Deploy them in various places. Like the one there. I don't have enough for that. How about some infantry, some German infantry? I don't have any German infantry. We could take a regular infantry, put it on a half track for 100 points. No, I'm not going to do that. Okay, let's come down here. So this 2-pounder. Well, let's see. No, I'm gonna land the Stork. Otherwise, I'm just gonna lose it. So we're gonna use one fighter, preferably just the Italian one, to take out the Kitty Hawk. Then we're gonna take this Fokker Wolf and start bringing it back here. Still a lot of enemy units around. Come down this way. Bring these guys up here. Go there, and Stukas, what can they reach? They can just not reach the artillery, but we can get them over here and then attack the artillery next turn. The Braider can though. There's another Braider over here. We can use it as scout. Let's do that. Back on the ground. Come down this way. Take a shot at the 2-pounder. Move up. Take it out. Bring the artillery up behind. Artillery fire on this dude here. And bring down Rommel. And then over here, some artillery fire on these guys. Bring up the Panzer. Attack the engineers, and then we can use the Italians. Which one do we want to take out? The Bautruppe can actually come up here. Let's do that. Unusual thing to do. But if we can take them out, it does. So yeah, that's fine. And then we can replenish these guys, and then move down and take a shot at these guys. Okay. Now we still have the engineers over here. Let's bring them down. Bring them up here actually. And bring the artillery up here. So they got some ground to cover. Oh, this one can actually take a shot. Should have done that before the Panzer took its shot. Yeah, we still have the fighters up here. How do we do this? Let's try and move up here. Okay, that is a Wellington Mark III. So, let's move over here. Take a shot. And over here and take a shot. Simovente will not do anything. Okay. So, I'll go after the bunker with the engineers. The bunker with the engineers. That's over here. Well, we have to get there eventually. We can see there's an M3 Grant. Another Stuart, Universal Carrier, the Lanchester Mark I. Yeah, we'll get to that as soon as we clean up this place in the middle and link up the two parts. I like turn 12. Artillery keeps firing. Hopefully that's the last time it does that. it's also disorganized at this point. The enemy artillery. Enemy attacks. Ah, the bomber lands. That's a wise choice. Yes, light artillery can move, and the mountain artillery, not sure what they can call it in the game. Yeah, it is a mountain artillery. It can move and fire. I was just not aware that it was in range. Also artillery in the south. And the AA gun takes another shot at my scout. Paul Winter, I think AA guns with a carriage of self-propelled are very good and relatively cheap versus bomber, but only when you're defending. They become quite useless if you're attacking and moving forward fast. Exactly, that was my point before. You gotta chase enemy fighters around, and that's not gonna work out. Alright, British fighter bomber, which is protecting the these guys. Let's just go for it. C-47 Skytrains. Let's start firing at them. Move this one over there. Yeah, this was just scout duty, so you can just return over this way. Perhaps send another fighter down that way. We could put a stationary unit there. I don't know where they're actually gonna land. They could land around City Suleiman. Let's put that German unit in there then. Just an infantry unit with half-track capability. It's gonna go in here. That's a lot of points, and that means we will not be able to upgrade the 38T, but that's fine. These guns are good in providing cover while the fighters refuel reinforce. What are these? Where did they come from? Was there an in-game event? Yeah, there was an in-game event. The British are trying to launch an airborne assault over here. This is why I kept my AA gun. I should have kept it a little bit closer, I guess. The Stork will reinforce. Let's start in the south. This one will return as well. And let's start by bombing this artillery piece here. I'm getting tired of it. That will take it down to 4. Artillery will just replenish. And we gotta take out that infantry first. Let's do that like that. Take it out. And then remove that artillery completely. Down here we have the Chevrolet in there, so we're just gonna move these guys up here and take them out. The Seymour Vente will keep firing there. There. Take them out. The Panzer is within reach of the enemy artillery, so I think I'll move it back and replenish it, and then we can come back out. I'm gonna take out this one. And link up with the others with this one. There is the carrier there, I gotta be careful with that. And then further up here there's also an artillery piece which is just in range of my stuff over here. Okay, let's start pounding this one. Take down the Panzer. And bring the Bautrooper back out. Replenish everything up here. And I guess is that it? No, we still have the fighters, but they are all the way up here. And no enemy planes in sight, as far as I remember. We'll just keep an eye on the bomber. So let's move one over there. Down there, and just keep this one there. Just to get some vision. I went AFK at the worst possible moment. I try to suppress the AA gun at the north and then bring up the tactical bombers to take out the artillery. Yeah, that's going to be the plan. It's going to be carried out in the same way as this attack here. So we're going to move north shortly. Still got plenty of time, I would say. So what do I still have to move? These guys will not move. I'll just put them to sleep. These guys will not move. This one will not move. And what is this? This is a fighter. Yeah, let's bring it down this way then. Actually, it's going to run out of fuel soon. Still no points for this one. This one is not doing anything, so it's Allied turn 13. The Universal Carrier moves north and not south. He gets a bloody nose. The bow fighter takes a shot at my Messerschmitt. No, Focke-Wulf. And looks like they're trying to land on top of my newly purchased unit. At least they're moving in that direction. There's an AA gun down here. Ouch. 3 damage. Not wise to use fighters as scouts. But here's the enemy bomber again. But it's now protected. So we're just gonna return this one. But let's start over in the west. And the second problem with AA guns is they are also very sensitive to enemies' artillery fire. That's true. Okay, so they're not landing here. Let's do some damage to the next enemy unit, or enemy plane. 7, 7, and 10. Keep bringing this one up. And then we gotta land this one for fuel. Get the stalk up instead. Okay, so I'm a bit all over the place right now. Let's see, British engineers. Yeah, let's close in on them. This should be good enough. Just start to punch them a little bit with these guys. The Panzer will stay put. And then over here, link up here. And we just need to clear this Anzac unit, and then we'll move further north. Start bombarding over there. Take them out. Move and replenish with the Italians. Move these guys up further. Alright, and then up here, the AA gun is somewhere around here. The Stukas, let's see, they could reach it. It's a bit costly, but we could attack it with the Stukas. Let's see what we got here. So is this like Darude Sandstorm? No, not quite. But hello, Dunkimuspte. Well, I can't help but wonder what an AA gun would do to those transport over at the west. That's true. It's on the way. What can I say? I'm fond of AA guns. AA guns are a great, cheap way to counter air units if you don't have the RP for fighters. They worked wonders for my Finns, I must say, against the Soviets in the Winter War. They seem to work great anywhere. Yeah, they do. Actually, I do have German points. And I don't have an AA gun. So let's see, what is the option here? I could purchase one. An 88. It would cost me 100 points. And where are those gliders going? Well, not gliders. That's a lot of points, though. It's cheaper to just buy a half track. That's 80. I think this one can be used as an AT gun as well. Or we can use the flak feeling. 75 points. Let's take the flak feeling. And just place it here. It can't shoot this turn, but it sure can shoot the next turn. Alright. Where was I anyway? I was up here. Yeah, we gotta close in on these guys. I think the AA gun is there. We've got a lot of support. So I guess this British infantry unit up here is the first target. And then we have to clear the bunker as well. So let's take the Stuka. And bomb over there. Yeah, there it is. This one can't reach, so we'll just move it up next to him. We're running out of fuel as well. No, we still got 5 turns, that's fine. Let's see where that Wellington goes, and wherever it goes, we'll follow. Okay. Let's see. Panzer... this one. Let's bring it up here. Or maybe just out of reach. Let's bring it up here and replenish. And then we're ready to go in next turn. Bring up the artillery. Okay, I think that's it. Not gonna move, not gonna move, not gonna move. Not gonna move. Not gonna move, not gonna move. This one could move. But it is also not gonna move. Yeah, this one should probably hit back. Okay, let's see here. Mobile, go for mobile. Maybe Italian AA. I do have an Italian AA. That's very good against small enemy units. That's very good against small enemy units, basically fighters. 5 turns. If there's no enemy units spotting the tank, it should be saved within the range of that artillery piece. Yeah, that is true. Okay, let's move these guys up here and see if they have range to that position. And that's turn 14 AI. Universal carrier still moves about. We got some mortar fire by the heavies. The fighter bomber attacks my AA gun. Italian AA gun does 1 damage because it's mounted. And they're landing. Okay, they're all landing. I guess they felt like that was the time to do it. Okay, the British are pushing up in the south with some infantry. And let's see if they can follow up on that attack. No. Okay. Let's hurry to the west and see what we got there. Obviously we're gonna fire on the bowfighter. 1 damage to it. And then over here, this is pretty useless at this point. Yeah, the fighter will also take a shot down here. And that's it for the bowfighter. So let's bring down the Italian infantry to here. And just start working on these one at a time. Bring this one around. I think we got it under control. I don't think they can take my infantry out there. So that's fine. We are low on points though. Alright, we gotta find that artillery piece down here. Let's bomb this one. We gotta hit that 2-pounder as well. And then bring up the tank. It's about time we got that back into action. And there's the artillery right there. This is a cruiser Mark IV in the town. Maybe it just got activated by our presence. We'll see about that. Okay, so no artillery fire up here. Where did the bomber go? It landed again, okay. Let's get the stalk out here. Italian fighter is refueled, coming back up. Then we have this Focke-Wulf landing. Okay, so we are gonna bomb the infantry right in front of us. We did lose 1 point there and 1 point there, but that's good enough to take them out. So now we can rush in with the tanks. Start working on that bunker. Just spotted some mines. There's also a universal carrier over here, so we've got to be careful with that. Get the engineers over there. Get the artillery a little bit closer here. The Bautrooper over there. We have some infantry here, but they pretty much should be screening on the other side of these mines. So let's just put them there. Okay, they walk into some mines, but only 1 damage, that's fine. Let's move these guys up there for screening. Hello, Grind Wolf. You have over 600 Italian points. Don't let the enemies spot your artillery. They're prime targets for the AI. Yeah, I think they should be fine there. They don't have any aircraft in the air. 600 points, yeah, that's true, but only 3 command points. I could upgrade some of the infantry to something better then. But let's see. Breda 7 points. Let's bring it down. Bring this one down. Okay, so what's left here? This one. The fighters are still there. They can stay there 1 more turn. Okay. Enemy turn 15, and we're halfway through, turn-wise, through the scenario. Enemy armored car moves up, standing between me and the AA gun. Now the British infantry moving around. Oh, they can actually hurt me. Huh. Okay, they decided to move down and get that town. It's not a bad move. Ah, they're also getting the other town. It will be a couple of turns before they can get some supplies from that though. But as paratroopers, they should be able to be in supply for some turns. Now this artillery here is a prime target. Ah, they got a Stuart in the way. Well played. Protecting their artillery there. The bomber's up again, and another Stuart appears over here. Okay, they're really hitting me now. What can we do here? Take this one down. Go over there. Cut these guys off. Let's see if we can take back this town. Yep. And just fully replenish these guys. Might still be able to do something here. Fighter's useless though. Let's bring that back. Okay. So down here the artillery just got some support. I guess we're gonna go for that support. And we're gonna finish off some of these and then come around this way. We might be able to reach the artillery next turn. Another Stuart appeared down here, so we're gonna move this guy back, replenish, and bring down Panzer IV and replenish it right in front of the Stuart. I think that's the best thing to do there. Bring the Stork over there. Now, let's see what we got in this airfield. We got a Focke-Wulf that is in trouble and needs 27 points. The others are fine. And then we have this fighter. Let's just bring it out here and then get the others back for refueling. This one can stay another turn. Right, we have the Stukas available. Bring these Italian back over here. So if I can get that Lanchester out of the way. With Rommel. Then I can get around with the other Panzer, take a shot at that AA gun. That helps. And that is where the Stukas come in. Start working on that artillery piece. Ah, this one needs to refuel. Okay. That takes the artillery down to 6. Suddenly not that much of a problem. Take out the bunker. And the infantry there. And let's start working on... That's the Grand. Let's start working on the artillery here. And on the Universal Carrier. These guys, they're the Bautruppe. They can remove some of the mines if we want to, but it's actually fine. We can have them there. In the middle here we have a couple of infantry that we haven't really used. We don't need to use them right now. We can move over there. More mines, okay. Good to know. And I think that's the turn. Yeah, that's the turn. Let's check the comments here. Hello to everyone that has arrived. We are playing Sandstorm. And I think we are getting closer to the end. Let's just roll with the AI turn 16 here. We've been about it for 2 hours now, so the stream should not last very much longer. If I can just speed it up a little bit, I might be able to finish it off. Let's just see what happens in the next couple of turns here. The Grand wakes up and takes a shot. And there's also a Stuart that arrives. That's probably going to hit the Italians. Yeah. This looks like the final AI defensive position. Back in the west, the airborne units are hitting my Germans. And the Stork is getting hit again by that AA gun. I think that's the same as the last time. In the south, the Stuart moves out of the way. And maybe that's because the Grand will come up? No. Okay, let's go to the west. And we're gonna attack with my AA gun. We're gonna cut off these guys. We're gonna attack these guys. And we'll get there slowly, but surely. Only 48 points left for the Germans. There's now an open door to the artillery down here. I think we should take that opportunity. So we're gonna attack like that and like that. That is gonna help out tremendously. And I guess we need to come down with one of these. I could use another unit. Let's start moving this one around. Yeah. I'm low on actual units to do stuff. Just do that, do that, do that. Paul Winter, yes, mines are pain in the ass. Sometimes. But they can also work to your advantage, because the enemy will also not move through those areas. So it's not all bad. Alright, let's work on that Stuart. Alright. The Stukas, what are they gonna do? They are gonna attack the Grand, I think. Why don't we just take out that bomber, though? Get some more fighters up here. Land that one, get the Stork out of the way. It's a bit crowded in here. So where are these Stukas? They're here. Attack the Grand. There we go. Get the engineers back. Move the Italians back. Artillery on the Stuart, I guess. And on the Grand. And on the Universal Carrier. Force that Grand back. Attack the Stuart. And then bring up the Bautruppe to take a shot at the Lanchester. Why not? Now these guys will just replenish, I think. No, they'll move and replenish. Okay. These guys will not move. This one will fuel up. Okay, so what's left? This one will not move, this one will not move, this one will not move. That's it. To your advantage if you have time to... yeah, mines will work to your advantage if you have time to put them there, obviously. Alright, turn 17 AI. The Stuart moves down 1 hex. Scout car moves around the mines, but does not attack. And the other Stuart just moves 1 hex as well. Now the bomber is finally active. No problem there. In the west, the British are still moving around, trying to get resupplied. And the AA gun is attacking my Italian fighter. That's a pain. That's a real pain. The other AA gun does no damage, and more Anzac troops arrive in the south. That's where the Stuart now penetrates, and I am now surrounded down there. And we have a Sandstorm actually incoming. Okay, so let's see. We are gonna take out this guy. And that will surround his unit instead. Replenish. Let's get the Semovente up here where we can actually use it. Let's attack that Daimler Dingo as well. It's probably a bit difficult to see what's going on the stream, I would reckon. Get the Stork out here. Get this one back. Get this one back. Let's see. The Stukas. Let's just bomb the carrier. And the guys in the town. And then we have some fighters over here. They can reach the enemy bomber. But it's still not down. It's apparently very difficult to kill. Let's get this Foggerwolf up. And this one here. Back on the ground. We could take the town now. Let's bomb it a little bit. And then take the town. Easy peasy. Take out the artillery piece. And the AA gun. Take a shot of the Stuart. Get the engineers back to full strength. Alright, so the town has been taken. They still got some units around it. I think we're okay there. Let's move to the... oh, are we done down here? Bring this one up. Yeah, move to the west. Some of them are surrounded. Up, 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 up. Let's try and take out this guy. Bring these guys out of the way and then replenish. So that's one down, 2 to go. Are we done here in the center? Yes. Okay, so I think that's it. This one can... that's a Stork. Bring it over there. Okay, end of turn 18. Let's just see here. Reduce visibility, both air and land. Yep. What impact does the Sandstorm have? That's exactly the answer to that. It will pass at some point, I believe. British units in the west just moves aimlessly about. They haven't been able to take a town. And we have another fighter bomber coming in. So the AI just keeps getting planes all the time. Getting air superiority is pretty difficult. In the south, the Stuart moves 1 hex. And then in the center, we have a counterattack. I don't think you can see that yet. Some Anzac troops. A couple of Anzac infantry came out of the Sandstorm. You can see it now. Causing some problems. In the north, we also have some Anzac troops arriving. The last of the reserves, I guess. Yeah, 2 units arriving up there. And a tank, I can't really see, maybe a Valentine? That's a Stuart tank right there. Oh, that was a 2-pounder. Yeah, even I can't really see what's going on. Enemy units keep appearing out of the blue, or out of the sand color. I think we are just losing our first unit here. Yeah, 1 Italian unit dead. In the north, from that counterattack. Counterattack in the north and the center. I've got to respond to that. And another fighter arrives as well, attacking the Stork. That means I have to be careful with my Stukas now. And the Sandstorm is over, thank God. Okay. Damage report. 1 Italian unit lost from that counterattack. Down here. We're still chasing the remaining units around. And we got that under control. In the south, let's just take out the Stuart in there. Fire the artillery. And we really need to take out that artillery piece here. Let's prioritize that. We still got the Cruiser Mark IV in there. Finish it off. Over here we have the Simulvente. It's really nice to have right now with that counterattack in place. Pull back the Italians here. Also pull back the Panzer IV. Take out the Stuart, and then move up and take out the infantry there. If the artillery can reach these guys, let's take 1 pounding on the heavy infantry there and then concentrate the rest up here. It's a bit difficult to see what's going on. The Stork is going over there. Fighter-wise, I got 2 fighters here. We'll concentrate on the Hurricane. couple more fighters over here. This one's returning though. Raider goes there. What about this one? Guess it returns as well. And then down here we have Raider, and let's get the Imam up. That leaves the Stukas. Paul Winter, I wonder, can the Italians in the scenario upgrade the fighter to, let's say, MC202 Folgore, because they have plenty of RPs? That's a good question. I think I've already used them this turn. I can check that out next turn. Okay, so this Crusader here is dangerous, but they do have a bow force. Maybe we should just go for that then. Take that out first. But they do also have a fighter bomber over here. That's gonna hurt a lot. I think I should stay close to my fighters for this turn. We take out those two. And the artillery will focus on the infantry there. Take out that one. That Crusader's gonna hurt. But that's fine. I can live with that. They still got some extra units there in the back. Engineers are ready for action. Let's bring them down here. Do I need that extra Italian unit, by the way? Well, we can see here what kind of fighters they got. They do have the Folgore now, so let's probably upgrade them. That's a good point. Do we want some infantry in the north? Do they get a star? I'm not sure. No, they will not get a star, so it doesn't matter. I can just revive this one. And put him here. That was a dangerous turn. This one needs to move up closer here. Alright, let's hit the turn button again. In the west, still got a couple of British units, and they are moving 1 hex each, so I think we soon can take them out completely. The bomber is still there, keeps bombing. Not really dangerous, but just 1 strength point. The fighter is down to 3, but the fighter bomber there actually attacks my panzer. Let's see if it does any damage. No. Okay, fair. Fighter attacks the stalk. Takes it down to 1 point. Fair enough. In the center we still have the British pushing. But they don't really have that much left to push with. In the south, the tank is finally moving around. Now you can see this. More infantry arrives in the north. Oh, that's bad. The 2-pounder there found my Simovente. Let's see if it actually does anything to it. My Bautruppe is in trouble. They could die by the Steward. The Steward does not fire though. Okay, let's start in the west. My Germans are now ready to move up. Now we got things under control again. So let's bring this one out on the road. And bring this one up on the road as well. Alright. Over here. I wonder why that 2-pounder did not fire on my Simovente. I'm gonna fire at him then. And attack the town. Take the town. These guys will get their organization back. Let's keep the 38T around. Might do some sneaky stuff with them. Now the attack in the center is interesting, but not really that dangerous. Let's see if we can take these guys out. And then replenish the Italians here. Move these guys back and replenish the Italians here. So the line is definitely holding in that area. Fresh Italians are coming up this way. Situation is a bit more different up here. This Stork moves back. Let's take out this enemy fighter first. Then start firing on the Bristol Blindheim. The Breda. Take a shot here. Alright, let's see. Where's the fighter? Oh, there it is. Can we upgrade that to a Folgore? Yeah, we can do that. 86 points. The Messerschmitt is fueled up. We'll come back up here. And also the Breda. So that leaves the Stukas free to reign. Let's do this and this. That should help a little bit. On the ground, the artillery will start doing its magic. Bautruppe will move out of the way. Move up this way. Replenish the Italians in place. And then come down this way with Rommel. It should be very difficult to see what's going on the screen. Well, let's take out this Steward. Ah, it's still alive. Okay. I think that's it for the turn. Artillery will not fire. These guys will rest. Okay. Turn 20 AI. Let me check the stream here. Okay. No comments. And that enemy bomber is still active. More interest to see what the fighter bomber does. It does nothing. In the south, they're just shifting places. And it looks like they're starting to retreat towards Bir Asarana in the north. In the center, yeah, they got nothing there. Last shot from the tank. They do have some infantry as well. There's one full